everyone, Julie and Anthony here. We've got some exciting news for you.
Yes, we do. There has been some information drop here just in the last couple of days that we think is killer awesome. It's going to be exciting for us. It's going to be exciting for you guys here on the channel. And if you guys want to get in on some of this, you guys are welcome to get in on some of it too, on your own personal stuff. So what are we talking about here?
We're talking about Rat Rod Magazine and their Rat Rod Buildoff.
I'm excited for another Buildoff. I think that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we love the challenge. And if we know anything about the builders that have showed up at Rat Rod Magazine, when we went on the Rat Rod tour in Rat Stock, there's some killer builders out there. So there's stiff competition. And
there's a bunch of cool rides that a bunch of people have done in all the past ones. It's been quite a long time ago since they had a Rat Rod Buildoff, because Rat Rod Magazine was actually kind of closed up for a little while, but now that the new owners are really getting in there and making this thing a go, they've opened up the whole Rat Rod Buildoff thing again.
Over again. So we want to show you the challenge that they've laid on the table, and we'll go over it with you.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
I love that they come up with that.
It really is pretty cool.
We gotta
I don't have that much talent.
Yeah, that's not real. Yeah, that's cool.
Psycho Silo Saloon.
Here we go, folks. It's actually happening. The return of the official Rat Rod Buildoff, and it all goes down September 20th and 21st at Rat Stock 2024 at the Psycho Silo Saloon. While we go back and visit some memories of Rat Rod Buildoffs of past, let's get right into the official rules.
So it's going to end up at Langley, Illinois at Rat Stock, which if you guys just watched some of the videos that we just posted here within the last few weeks, we did the Rat Rod tour with Rat Rod Magazine, and we ended up at Psycho Silo Saloon at Rat Stock this year in 2023. So yeah, this is all going to end next year in 2024 at Psycho Silo Saloon for Rat Stock again, which, even if you're not part of this, even if you don't care or whatever, but if you got anything, you know, if you like rat rods or anything like that in that nature, you need to start the planning right now so that you can go to Rat Stock, because it was a crazy event.
It's a destination location, and yeah, it's just a killer venue, and it's a killer event. It's, if you like rat rods at all, you gotta go there and check that out. It's bucket list for sure.
And there was some stuff there that wasn't rat rods too. There were some low riders and some hot rods and some other stuff as well, but it was the biggest gathering of rat rods ever in the world. So I mean, that should tell you something right there. So that should be on your bucket list if you're into this stuff. So let's keep watching.
Yeah.
Safety will be a priority at this build-off. Any build deemed unsafe by the majority of judges will be disqualified, and that decision will be final. This should be common sense, but examples would be safe brakes, steering, tires, fuel tanks, lighting, seat belts, etc. Seat belts are required for all entries. All builds must be legally licensed and insured.
All right, so
not a fan of seatbelts.
I hate seatbelts. I don't wear seatbelts. Shouldn't incriminate myself like that.
He doesn't even wear them in the new stuff. So.
No.
But
everything else makes total sense to me, though. I mean, obviously, you don't want something that has got rickety steering. You want good brakes, and you want, you don't want it to break in half driving down the road or be leaking fuel. So
yeah, and you want tires to be round and run. So yeah, all that, and I have no problem with the seat belts. I mean, it is what it is. That's the world we live in. We gotta abide by the rules. So we'll do it.
Some people do. Continue on.
I do not want to be DQ'd because
we'll have a
seatbelt.
We'll have a seatbelt.
Attitude. While this is a competition, we are all friends here. There are enough people out there against rat rods as it is. We do not need to be against each other. Rat Rodders have a well-earned reputation of being some of the greatest people in the automotive culture. Please live up to and respect that reputation.
Rat Rodders really do. I mean,
100%.
yeah.
That was one thing on that Rat Rod tour. Everybody we ran into, everybody we met at gas stations and whatever, so open, so friendly, so helpful, you know, breakdowns and car trouble and little things. Everybody sharing ideas of what to do to fix things and problems that they've had in the past, and they're just great people.
They really, really are. Everywhere we've been, we've had really good times with everybody, you know, in the Rat Rod world.
Anytime, not just the Rat Rod tour and that, it's, yeah, I mean, it's an open community, it's like family.
Yep.
There should be no doubt that the judges will have a very difficult job to do. The unenviable task of choosing one champion among so many talented builders. Please respect them and their decisions.
So, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I wonder who they're going to get as the judges, man.
I don't know. That is a good question.
I can't wait.
So, yeah, no, don't be a dick. That's what it's really saying, right?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Budget. A $5,000 budget will be implemented. Parts will be judged on perceived value. Keep in mind that the judges will have their own perceived value of your parts that may not be in line with yours. During judging, you will have an opportunity to discuss values in the event of a discrepancy. Heated tempers and tantrums will not be tolerated and could result in disqualification. As I said above, respect the judges. They will have final determination of value.
You know, and that's kind of a challenge because stuff around here is way cheaper than, say, somebody in California trying to do the same thing. So
That's true.
$5,000 goes a long way here, may not in some of the other areas of builders. So we might have an upper hand advantage a little bit on that.
Well, and that perceived value, too. I mean, so you can't say, oh, well, my buddy sold me this blower motor for $400, you know, and...
Well, we stole this from the neighbor.
Yeah.
We know a guy who had one in a barn and we borrowed it.
Yeah, we can't, or we couldn't just borrow the motor and stuff out of Hookers and Blow or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can respect that. They got to start somewhere, and $5,000 is a good budget.
It's a budget.
It's a budget. Yeah.
In today's world, that's a very low budget.
It is, but
so that's good though. That adds to the challenge.
It adds to the challenge, and it's going to keep the builds, a little more from having just the crazy things with the, you've got a little bitty car attached to that motor, kind of stuff. So
yeah, it's more realistic.
Yeah.
So
that everybody can be a part of this.
Real world builds.
Yeah.
1980 or older vehicle bodies only. This is a build-off. No pre-built vehicles or half-built vehicles may be admitted into the competition.
No old crow saying that we're finally going to hook up some headlights on it and there's our build.
That would be easy, actually. And believe it or not, it may not seem like it or look like it because of what I feel like is a quality build of the old crow, but we're actually under that $5,000 budget. On Old
Crow, yeah, because we did a lot of swapping, trading, and gifts.
Junkyards and
even some sponsorships, and they didn't talk about that at all, but I'm guessing they're going to frown on, that perceived value is going to be the value of the sponsored item.
It doesn't matter if you spent money on it, if it's in there and
their
BDS sponsored you that blower, then it's going to count for what the blower's worth.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
So I don't know about the whole 1980s down thing. I personally kind of feel like Rat Rod should be, probably like pre-70 instead of pre-80.
Yeah, I mean,
but
that's one of those things. Everybody has their own idea of what a Rat Rod is and that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, still a 77 square body can be built as a Rat Rod on this.
But it's not really a Rat Rod to me. I don't know. I mean, that's personal preference, but whatever.
You must submit at least 2 photos of your build to Rat Rod Magazine before you begin the build process. Send all photos to rrmbuildoff2024@gmail.com. You may enter at any point beginning today through July 1st, 2024. No entries will be accepted after July 1st, 2024.
Or build it on YouTube like I'm going to do. Then there's no question about whether or not you did it or not.
That's right. And yeah, of course, we'll submit some pictures to the thing. And you guys can too. I mean, that's the gauntlet that's been thrown down right now is you have until July 1st. I can't imagine anybody starting after July 1st to have something done by...
Well, we did Hookers and Blow almost in that time frame because we started in June, but we was ending in November 1st instead of in September.
Yeah, we really kind of started in parts of May.
No, it was in June. Go back and look.
All right.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're not going to do that to ourselves again because that was a lot of work in a small time frame.
No. Yeah.
So, and we're not going to be getting started on this super right away either. We should say that. We still have a little bit of stuff here that we're working on in the shop, and we're still trying to get into our new shop, and there's a lot of little holdups and things there, but I am thinking personally that we should be starting on this build probably somewhere right after the first of the year, if not the first of the year, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah, I think it's going to have to be necessary in order to get a build done, but yeah, I mean, it's our way of being, of having way too many things on our plate at one time, but we have got to get some stuff out of here, you know. I mean, we've got customer stuff we got to get finished and done, and
we got to make some money before we can spend the $5,000 on the build.
Yeah, I mean, we got to have the $5,000, and yeah, and it would be really nice to make this build happen in the other shop. So
way more room, yeah.
And where are we right now? In the middle of holidays, so I don't know.
And we've got some really cool stuff coming up. We'll talk about that more here in just a little bit, but we'll get this done, yeah.
Who can enter? Anyone, minimum age of 16 or older. All builds must be legally licensed and insured. Home garage builders and shop owners alike may compete. It's a $5,000 budget. If you stick to the budget, it's an equal playing field for all.
Yeah, and they didn't say, however, that the budget includes the tools. And so there is a little bit of a thing that somebody with a better equipped shop, but that actually doesn't mean you can't build a badass
You can still build about as cool of anything as you want to with pretty basic hand tools and stuff. It just may take a lot longer. You may have a lot more time into it.
You need to get started now.
But yeah, that $5,000 plane or $5,000 budget does equal the playing field pretty good.
If you do not stick to the budget, the judges will penalize you. The staff of Rat Rod Magazine or its sponsors are not eligible to compete, but may build for fun. The drive. You may trailer your builds to the event, but all entries must be on site at Psycho Silo Saloon Friday, September 20th, 2024 by 11 a.m. From there, all builds will embark on a 50 to 60 minute drive to a destination yet to be determined. At this destination location, the judges will judge your builds and talk to you if need be.
That's something right there. You got to be able to have something that you built that actually will drive at least an hour away, 50, 60 miles.
Right. And that's part of why I'm sure why they want it licensed and tagged and insured is because you can't drive it 50, 60 miles without. So
obviously
they're covering their butts there.
Now, having that said, I'm planning on whatever it is we build, driving it there. So we're going to have a lot more miles than that in ours. And we talked about this just a little bit here a little bit ago. We don't have anything set in stone, of course, yet, because we're literally just pretty much talking about this right now.
Ideas, yeah.
But we are thinking about maybe if we are driving up there, we could have our own little tour, I guess, if you will, or our own
little caravan
just group
of cars.
Yeah. And just truck
invite
all up there
you
together.
guys to meet us here and go up there. Maybe. I mean, there's so much between now and then before we even come to any kind of decisions or anything about that. But it's a possibility. We think it would be a lot of fun.
And even people that already have a build done. If you're planning on going to Rat Stock, which you should, like I said,
you could just ride along with us.
Roll up there with us. Yeah.
So that would be awesome.
Don't have to actually have to have something in the Buildoff to go with us.
Right.
Kind of what we're thinking at the moment.
A breakdown will not result in a disqualification, but you must have your build present for judging before judging ends. After judging, all entries may depart for the day, but all entries must be back at Rat Stock at Psycho Silo Saloon the next day, Saturday, September 21st. A champion will be announced at 4 p.m. at Ratstock. There will be 5 judges, all highly qualified and respected builders. Builds will be judged on adherence to budget, creativity, ingenuity, quality of craftsmanship, drivability, and built versus bought parts. Safety items will not count against your budget.
God, I like that. That's a beautiful
crazy
shot.
fire right there.
That's a great shot. But so safety.
Yeah, safety stuff doesn't come into play. So I mean, I guess your budget is kind of
Opened up a little bit there
some.
for your suspension a little bit. I mean, at least as far as it being safe brakes, safe steering, safe.
Yeah, steering and brakes,
And that seatbelt's not going to cost you anything.
Probably not.
just the cover, just the comfort.
The a fuel cell, that's expense. Tires, I'm assuming that means that if you bought new tires, then that doesn't count towards your budget too.
Yeah, because you want something that's DOT, approved kind of thing. You
don't want 1965 weather check tires.
Rotted out and whatever.
You can stick your finger through the weather cracking.
But yeah, I mean, you can spend a lot of money on a new set of tires anymore, and new battery and new, a lot of that. So if that's not going to count towards the build, that's huge. That's good news.
The champion builder of the official Rat Rod Buildoff 2024 will receive the cover of Rat Rod magazine, a custom designed championship jacket, a custom made championship ring, and the custom made official Rat Rod Buildoff 2024 championship trophy.
Woohoo! That I would love to put in my office.
And more than anything, you get the bragging rights.
Right.
That's really what you're winning.
What it's all about.
That's really what you're winning.
Cheating. There is no pride, honor, or glory in cheating. You not only disrespect yourself, but you also risk losing the respect of your fellow builders. Do not do it. You will be caught.
That's over 5,000.
I don't know. They had a budget on those builds too. So I don't know what their budget was and how they figured that all out, but yeah.
This year we will have a junior builder class. This class is open to all kids 15 years of age or younger. Kids may use go-karts, wagons, wheelbarrows, etc. for the base of their builds. No mini bikes. Repeat, no mini bikes. All builds must be built in the Rat Rod spirit. The only new store-purchased items that may be used are nuts, bolts, cables, hardware, and safety equipment. Anything else must be used, scrap, or swap meet found items. We want to introduce these kids to the joy and pride of building, as well as the blue-collar rat rod and hot rod culture we all know and love. Parental involvement. By all means, share this experience with your child. Parents may help in the build process, but you're encouraged to let your child handle as much of the build as possible. The judges will talk with your child to gauge how familiar he or she is with what they've built. If you built it entirely for them, the judges will know.
That's awesome that they're including kids,
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, we've got some of you guys out there are kids that are really talented builders. They've emailed us. We've gotten emails from you guys and pictures of your builds. Kids today are really doing some cool stuff, and I love that they have a venue for them.
Believe it or not, there is still kids out there that are interested in this kind of stuff and that are still building. We've seen it and experienced it ourselves for sure, like she's saying.
Yeah.
But it's always great to get more kids involved, because it does seem like more and more these days kids care less about driving and more about putting their face in their phone and playing video games or whatever. So
now if they want to put their face in the phone and watch Hardcore Fab on YouTube, just joking.
Anyways, totally awesome that they're involving the kids in this as well. I think that's great.
Judging will take place at Ratstock Saturday, September 21st at 12 p.m. The winner will be announced with the adults as the official Rat Rod Buildoff Junior Champion. He or she will receive a feature in Rat Rod magazine, as well as a custom-made trophy. Don't forget, before you start, get your photos in to rrmbuildoff2024@gmail.com.
And if you guys want to,
You may start your builds as soon as today,
we'd love to
with the
see it.
deadline of July 1st, 2024. No entries will be accepted after that.
Yeah, that's a great point. We love getting pictures and stuff of your guys' builds sent to us, so that's pretty awesome.
What you got going on? We like to see it.
A lot of people do that. Send us some messages on Facebook or whatever, something like that to the Hardcore Fab channel on Facebook. So
Yeah. And we're not our email's not hard to find.
No, yeah, you can find our email on our website, hardcorefab.com. So.
Yeah. Anthony at hardcorefab.com, Julie at hardcorefab.com. It's that simple. Not complicated.
All of us here at Rat Rod Magazine look forward to seeing all of you at Ratstock 2024 at the Psycho Silo Saloon, Langley, Illinois.
Ditto.
Heck yeah, so there we go. There's our video that we wanted to share with you guys. I am super pumped. I'm
It's
ready.
really exciting because it's been, and I know you guys have complained about it too, you're not building anything, when's the next build? And we've been jonesing to get started into building something, but and this is just the little, fire under our seats to get us excited about doing
really,
it.
honestly, almost perfect timing for us.
Yeah.
Since we don't have anything else, already started.
C10. we kind of have some stuff started, but nothing that can't wait.
No huge projects.
Nothing.
We didn't just start a hookers and blow build or something like that or whatever.
For the other, we had to kind of stop Old Crow to get started on hookers and blow, and we wanted Old Crow to be running before we started, and it was a mess, and that's part of the reason why hookers and blow took so long to get started. So we're not going to have...
Anyways...
Better heads up this time. I wish we could be starting tomorrow like a lot of builders are going to be. Maybe you are too. Maybe you've already heard about this and you're going to do it. But, and already halfway through with it, I don't know. But we're going to get into it. We're just going to be a couple months behind everybody else.
So, yeah, that's it. That's the big news there. The other exciting stuff that I wanted to share with you guys is that here in the next coming... couple weeks, actually.
Yeah, if you look at the calendar, good lord, it's coming up really soon.
We have decided to go ahead and do the turkey run in Florida this year.
Yeah,
be down there for that.
The Daytona Speedway has a 4-day car show.
And
Maybe you guys have heard of it.
And there's another show down there as well that we've just been kind of informed about, so we're kind of
Still
figuring out how all that's going to work and everything exactly.
It's in Ormond, Florida, which is just outside of Daytona, I guess, at the Iron Horse Saloon.
Yeah.
Maybe again, you guys have heard about it. We've been told that that's more rat rod oriented, so we're looking into it. We'll see. I don't know exactly what day that is.
At any rate, we're going to Florida. We're going to bring hookers and blow, I think, aren't we?
I think it's going to be a hookers and blow event. Now that we've got the super singles on it, I think it'll be, or are you going to put it back into dualies? I don't know. Super single, dually.
Probably going to try to leave super singles on there for now, I guess.
For one,
you guys probably haven't even seen it with super singles on it, but
yeah.
We've actually been running it around town and stuff like that here now for the last few weeks, month, whatever, since we've been back from the tour with super singles on it.
Yeah,
because
just to give it a feel.
Because the old darn recap tires on the back of that thing beat me up so bad on the tour. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And the super singles are a lot better tire as far as like the brand and not being recaps and everything. So yeah, that's way smoother with them on there.
Yeah.
So
that's what we've been playing around with. So we might just leave them on there for this show and debut it with some super singles instead of the dualies. So
I would like to really mill the 22.5s that we have down so we can put a lighter weight truck tire on there at some point. But you know how it is. I mean, always got these plans to do stuff, and
it's not going to happen anytime soon. But
life kicks in and doesn't make it a reality.
But the turkey run, to recap.
We are going to do that.
That's over Thanksgiving. That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've got a lot of family down in Florida, so we're actually using this as an excuse to visit my family. I've got a 91-year-old mother down there. I can't wait to see her and be there for Thanksgiving with her. And we can incorporate a car show. And if you guys are anywhere in that Florida area, again, we'd love to see you. We're going to be there. Catch us. You know what it looks like.
And I'm trying to get some stuff lined up here. We're going to have some videos, or at least a little bit of on the way there video or something where we can meet up with some cool people that you guys will enjoy to have on the channel. So
Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to meeting and talking to and hanging out with and all that. We're not dropping any names just yet, but you'll like it. So we'll just leave it at that.
And in Daytona as well.
There's
some other
hopefully there's other people we're gonna meet up with. So
influencers and the like that'll be there. A lot of people. In fact, they've already the turkey run has already said that Bad Chad is gonna be there this year, and whatever. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. But and other. A lot of other people. It's a good show. We've never been, so this will be a first time show for us.
Mm-hmm.
But we've talked to others who have gone there and been there, and it looks like a good time. So
definitely does. So I guess we won't carry this out too much longer. We just want to share all that with you because we were so excited about it, and we really truly do hope that some of you guys might get involved with it as well. And if you do, please let us know. We'd love to see what you guys got going on.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Guess that's it for now. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.